was saying before, I think it ended up that the songs we're going to put out as the album definitely feel like they draw upon the bands that were in Laurel Canyon in the 1960s in that one moment together, and that it's kind of a hodgepodge of everybody, right? Like I don't think any one of these sounds like the Mamas and the Papas for any particular amount of time. I don't think anyone evokes the Eagles for more than a moment or two, but like yeah, that laugh makes me uncomfortable. Take it back. I'm just kidding.
He's about to say I hate the fucking Eagles.
But yeah, I think it draws on that sound, but it's also got a very contemporary feel in terms of how it's produced, but then also what the songs are about.
Yeah,
are very much more about what's happening now and how hard it can be to live in LA and learn to live with yourself in LA. I hope that for all of the darkness and struggle that comes with that, because so much of this record is about struggling with yourself and accepting different parts of yourself, or even to acknowledge different parts of yourself. But I also think like there's some very funny moments on this record too.
Yeah.
And I think I'm Happy is one, and I think Trying to Mourn a Friend of Mine can also be I think it takes a listener to for that song to be happy, but once you listen to it, I think it is pretty
funny. And that's
funny.
kind of my going back to when the first time we talked about it. The songs have to sound pleasant enough and like good enough that people stick around long enough to realize that they're really good songs,
right?
And like lyrics. My big thing and why I love this bunch of songs is because I think they're just super relatable, especially as like a creative in LA, but probably for anyone growing up and dealing with becoming an adult and your life not going exactly how you planned it. In the sense of when I realized as we were making it that this is an album, like a very relatable album, asking for a friend is super relatable. So it fits.
The funny thing about the song is that the person asking the questions in it clearly doesn't think these things are relatable, and that they're only things that happen to himself, and he feels very isolated as a result. The whole play is that no, pretty much everybody asks these things, we just don't like to talk about it very much, right?
Even like the songs that are not as maybe humorous as that kind of have, I don't know, there's like a tongue-in-cheek. Most of your music has like kind of like it's serious and like it means something real, but there's a little bit of like that sort of, I don't know, it almost implied some tongue-in-cheekness.
Yeah, I definitely think so, and I definitely went out of my way to be a little bit more, I think, humorous on this record. I almost use the term satire in terms of making fun of both the concept, but also the person who's kind of, or making fun of myself, making fun of whatever it might be, right? You have to kind of take another layer of perspective and distance sometimes and see how what you're saying might come across.